Hello, everybody. I'm Rashina Smith, and this is Rashina's Show. So, I just wanted to come up here and share my thoughts about ageist comments and people who age shame. I saw a post by the lovely, beautiful Amber Rose the other day on Instagram, and she was saying how I would like to apologize for anybody that was 40 when I was 18 years old that I called old. Right, because I believe Amber Rose, if I'm not mistaken, is 40. I think she'll be 41 this year, but she's very beautiful. I'm 36, so I'm at that age where older people say I'm young, but then you got like the real younger people, like 20, 21, that want to say I'm old, right? Because I remember one time I posted something on Instagram and somebody like called me old or whatever because they didn't agree with my opinion. Let me just say this, okay? For those of you who want to age shame people and talk down on people because they are of a certain age, you either age or you die. There is no in between. You either get older or you die young. There is no in between. So choose which one you want, okay? Second of all, my thing is that you are only as old as you feel. I saw a video the other day that was so inspiring. It was an older woman and she was dressed like I guess they were from the West Coast. I love how those ladies dress. I don't want to be like disrespectful or whatever, but I guess like the Hispanic ladies, how like they wear the bandanas and like the plaid shirts and like the khaki pants and the Chuck Taylors. Oh my God. And she looked so beautiful, so radiant, so confident, so amazing. I'm going to say this. Do what makes you feel good at any age. Okay. Stop worrying about people and what they say and what they think. If you are 50 or 60 plus and you want to go back to college, then I need for you to do it. Let me just say this. So I recently graduated from college, right? I graduated May 7th, 2022. I was 30, was I 34? I was 34, getting ready to turn 35. And let me just say this. When I was attending East Carolina University, receiving my bachelor's degree in communication journalism, I was in a classroom with a lot of students whose parents were my age, okay? Whose parents were like 2 or 3 years older than me. But guess what? I still walked across that stage and received my degree because I wanted it. Okay, I might have got it maybe within the time frame where people say, well, you're supposed to graduate from high school and go straight to college and get your degree and know what you want. Well, I'm gonna keep it real with you. When I graduated from high school in 2005, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. So I decided to just go get a job because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't want to waste time. I didn't want to waste money. Also, because I couldn't decide what I wanted to do, I was in and out of school. So I got accepted. Honestly, I was accepted into a nursing program and decided I didn't want to be a nurse, which I regret until this day, but it is what it is. It's neither here nor there. I went to another college. I was going to be a lawyer, but I'm a terrible liar. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I was going to be a scientist. I was just all over the place, you know? So there's no specific age for figuring out what you want to do with your life. I feel like if you're 50 and one morning you wake up with an epiphany that this is what I want to do with my life, I say do it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was a gentleman that I read about on Instagram who was a mechanic, but he always wanted to be a doctor. So he went back to school and now he is a doctor. And the people whose cars he used to work on, I believe he now works on them as like he works as their doctor now, as their physician. So that's what I'm saying. It's never too late. And you know, I saw the other day as well an older lady. It was such a beautiful story. She had pink hair. She had to be maybe in her, I think she was 93. And I saw again a post on Instagram and somebody asked her, well, why do you have pink hair? She said, because nobody's ever going to say that I'm that white haired old lady. You know what I'm saying? So she defied the odds. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to go back to school, getting married, having a baby, what I feel like as long as you are above ground, you have time to do what it is that you need to do. And I'm here to encourage you and to let you know, don't let anybody stop you. Don't let, Bishop T.D. Jakes said it best, don't let the chatter stop you. That's one of my favorite sermons by Bishop T.D. Jakes. Don't let the chatter stop you. Don't let people's opinions about your age or where you're from, the community you grew up in, don't let that define you. Only God can define you, because God is the one who created you. And since he created you and he made you, then he's the only one that can tell you who you are and what you can do. I feel like if there's a dream in your heart, if you have a vision for your life, God is the one that placed it there. And I don't care how old you, I don't care what has happened in your life. And I'm going to say this too, even if you've been divorced, there is life after divorce. If you've been widowed, there is life after being widowed. If somebody just broke up with you, there is life after death. There is life after death of relationships or whatever you might have been through. And I'm saying that because too, I saw another video that was very encouraging. Now, I don't have children, but I have heard men tell women that have kids, oh, well, ain't nobody gonna want you because you a baby mama or you got kids. That man on that video yesterday, he said, that's a lie. He said, come outside, mama, we do want you. And there's somebody for everybody, because if that was the case, the people with kids wouldn't be dating people, wouldn't be remarrying. That's a lie from hell. So don't let the chatter stop you. Don't let the lies. Like I said, whatever you want to do, as long as you got breath in your body and you got health and strength and you got a vision, then I say go for it. Do it. Do whatever it is you want to do it. Like I said, you want to go, join a gym. You want to go join that chess club. You want to go, don't let people's opinions stop you. Because like I said, I get so sick and tired of people always talking about, and the thing is, I don't know if you guys realize this, my favorite show in the world is The Golden Girls. I love The Golden Girls. The reason why I love The Golden Girls is because it breaks the stigma of age, okay? The Golden Girls pretty much is saying, it doesn't matter how old you are. You don't have to go sit on the porch in the rocking chair and wait to die. There is still a lot of life in you, and there's a lot of life that's left to be lived. And that is the message of the Golden Girls. Those ladies are still dating. Mind you, they're all widowed, right? Well, except for Dorothy. Dorothy's husband divorced her after 38 years of marriage. But Sophia, Rose, and Blanche are widows, right? They are women of a certain age, but they are still outside. You know what I'm saying? They're still going back to school. You look at the episodes, they tackle a whole bunch of taboo topics and issues and, things in the 80s things that are so free to talk about and discuss today were not like that back in the 80s when the show came out. So that's what I'm saying. You had Sophia in her 80s dating. You had Dorothy, even after her husband left her after 38 years, she had to go on with her life. And she, you saw her dating and meeting different men and going on. She ended up getting back with Stan. They were getting ready to get remarried, but then, he wanted her to sign a prenup, and then they didn't get married again. You got Rose, whose husband passed away. Then she ended up getting with Miles. And Blanche, we all know Blanche was just, outside. Blanche, after George died, Blanche was just outside. She was the queen of outside. But life is to be lived, is what I'm saying. Those ladies, I feel like they were the blueprint for live your life, how you want to live your life, and live your life by your own rules. As long as you're not hurting anybody, do what makes you happy. Life is short, y'all. You don't want to live your life worrying about what the next person thinks. And then, when you get to a point where you can't do anything anymore, you're like, wow, I should have did that. I should have went and got that degree. Let me tell you what made me really go back to school and finish this last time. Every time 4 years would go by, I would tell myself, wow, 4 years have come and gone. I said, I could have had my degree by now if I had just stayed in school. If I had stuck it out, I could have been walking that stage. And then another 4 years passed by. I said, you know what, Rashina, you really. And then one day I said, you know what? That time is going to go by. I might as well go back to school and do what it is I need to do. And let me tell y'all what happened. When I went back to school, as a matter of fact, me and my mom went back to school together, right? And we were going to school and I was doing good. And the school that I was attending, they literally, you know how you go on winter break? So I go on winter break. They literally wait until the day before classes start. Okay. Mind you, I'm on winter break for like a whole month. I think like the whole month of December we got out. We got out like real early, about 2 weeks in December, something like that. And they wait until like the beginning of January, the day before classes start, to tell me that my financial aid didn't go through and that I couldn't come to school. And I cried and cried and cried like a baby because, mind you, I really wanted to go to school. And so I ended up having to take that semester off, and I ended up going in the summer. I ended up going back in May, right? So I went back to school in May, had to take summer classes in May. I went back that fall. So that was like 2015, right? Going into 2016, I think I ended up still in school. But however, 2016, the second part, I ended up getting on academic probation because like it was a class that I failed or something. So I had to take a semester off. Ended up transferring to another community college. Transferred to that community college in like 2017, right? Stayed there for 2 years. Graduated from that community college in 2019. Then I transferred to East Carolina University in 2019, right? And graduated from East Carolina University in 2022. Mind you, I started school in 2014, but I graduated in 2022. But the fact is, it doesn't matter how long it took. I got the degree. That's the whole message. It took 8 years, but those 8 years were going to pass by anyway. So during those 8 years, I kept pushing. I was pushing forward, and I got my degree. Again, took me 8 years. Had to work, had to hustle, had to do what I had to do. Tired, had to take my computer to work with me. Had to get people to help me with my studies. But I did what I had to do. Had to get tutors. I did what I had to do though. Okay, because I really wanted my degree. So now here I am. And I have my degree. I have my education. And that's something that no one can, that is an achievement and an accomplishment that no one can take from me because I earned that. I worked for my education and I put in work to get it. Nights when people want me to come out and, do stuff and, well, let's go here, let's do this. And I can't do it. I got to study. I got exams tomorrow. Sacrifices. I can't party this weekend. I can't go out this weekend because I got to study. I got to do this and that, the third. But I made it. I did what I had to do. Took 8 long years, but I made it do what it do, and I made it happen. So I just want to encourage you today, y'all. Whatever it is you got on your heart, whatever dreams you had, do not let anything or anybody stop you. Go for it. It doesn't matter how long it takes either, because the journey of a million miles begins with one simple step. And the Bible says, despise not the day of small beginnings. But the thing is, y'all want to look at where everybody is at and don't ever want to think about where people started. Okay? Everybody who's somewhere now had a small beginning. Okay, unless you're unless you're like a trust fund baby, you were born into like a wealthy family and you just had it made like that. Us regular people, you got to start from the bottom. Okay, so I just encourage you again, if it's something in your heart, something in your mind, something that God has placed in your heart to do, do it. Don't let anything or anybody stop you from what it is that you are called to do with your life. You have one life to live, and I say live it, darling. Live it to the fullest. Until next time. Toodles.